Headed to the South, we got your Buccaneers, we got your Panthers, Saints, Falcons. It's a tough position for Tampa Bay to be in right now. You kind of sold the river to have a champion, one Super Bowl. I hope it was worth it to them for an opportunity to be back in the Super Bowl and win another Super Bowl. I think it's going to take a hot minute for them to recuperate from the loss of and what they gave up to have Tom Brady there. And so now the Baker Mayfield era has begun, or at least this season. We'll see if he makes it all season. I had to play nice with Baker Mayfield when he was a quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. Obviously, being a Buckeye and the total disrespect that he did has always had a bitter taste in my mouth. I just don't see the Buccaneers. I mean, you got a couple organizations that they're rebuilding themselves. As a matter of fact, most of the South is rebuilding itself. Once you got rid of Matt Ryan, who'd been quarterback in the AFC South for damn near a decade. Same with Drew Brees, same with Cam Newton. Kind of in a rebuilding situation. The only one that was kind of already constantly rebuilding was Tampa Bay. But all these teams kind of been rebuilding as all of them had quarterbacks, their franchise quarterbacks they had for a very long time. And so I think it's kind of a catch-22 when it comes to the South. You want to be excited about, especially if you're a fan of any of these teams, about their team winning the conference and feel kind of a certain way. I just heed the caution those that cheer for anybody in the NFC South. Just because you take the South doesn't mean that the next man up is not going to beat you like a redheaded stepchild when you're coming out of conference. There's really no competition. And it's not a shot at any of these teams. It's just all of them are in rebuilding situations following long tenure quarterbacks. But the fourth team I have coming out of here who's most recently coming out of big change, and that's no longer having the GOAT, Tom Brady, throwing for him. I got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You go from greatest of all time to potentially could be one of the biggest busts in the NFL. We'll see. New team, new scheme, new coaching style, new everything. Didn't pan out in Cleveland. Obviously, the Rams didn't re-sign him. They let him go after he did what he did for the Rams. So I don't know. I think you got an average quarterback. I think that the Browns knew that it felt a little too good and it was a little too exciting to just be happy with a playoff appearance, and that was the best it was going to be. We'd hit the max potential of the current roster. It was time to make some changes, and so ultimately that's what they end up doing. I think that this is kind of a Band-Aid for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Still trying to figure out their life and everything they gave up to have Tom Brady. I think this is going to be a long season. Yeah. I think there's going to be a lot of memes. I think there's going to be a lot of jokes. I think we're going to have something equivalently close to the butt fumble when it has to do with Baker Mayfield when it's all said and done. I got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers coming out of the bottom of this one.
Yeah, I also got Tampa Bay in that division, just because the Tom Brady effect is gone. I kind of hurt for Evans. Just thinking about the passes or the balls he's not going to get. So I also got Tampa Bay. I think that's the best that they got with their value of their money is with Baker, but there's no upside with Baker. I'd rather have Daniel Jones than Baker any given day. You understand what I'm saying? So I got Tampa Bay there.
Next on my list, I got the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah.
Not a lot of confidence in the quarterback situation. We're going to see how these young quarterbacks do this season. We're going to see a lot of them this year. Projected is Desmond Ryder to be the quarterback for the starting quarterback for Atlanta Falcons. Young quarterback out of Cincinnati. I just don't see it. I got them third coming out the South.
Yeah, I do as well. Panthers played in week 1, so that'll be a good test to see how the Panthers going to look. But I also got them 3. They got a lot of young weapons, but it comes down to the quarterback. And see if their defense can hold up. But I got Atlanta third in the NFC South.
All right, second, I have your Carolina Panthers. They got to really do more with the quarterback situation. You got a young rookie quarterback.
Yeah.
Saints will be starting Derek Carr. Still have Winston. So I think that the Saints definitely got the quarterback position right now. I don't know, just a young team. I guess there's a lot to look forward to because everybody's kind of rebuilding at the same time. So it's not like you got one team so far ahead of the other that for the next 5-10 years that you have no chance. Everybody's kind of rebuilding at the same time. So it makes at least this divisional race interesting. I don't think any 4 of these teams have a legitimate shot coming out of this division, but at least makes the race within the division a fun one.
Yeah, I want to say I'm on the same page as you, just because I would never want to say the Saints is going to be better than the Panthers, and I'm not going to say it now. Even though the Saints, honestly, they have looked good coming fresh out of preseason. As far as watching them play during preseason, they do look good. But at the same token, I'm not just going to say the Saints over the Panthers, but I got the Saints right there. Even though they do have a aging, maturing quarterback, and they also have a good backup quarterback. So they definitely have some pieces there. If one quarterback falls or struggles, they definitely got another one that can come in. But I'm gonna say the Saints, but they look good during preseason.
All right, I got the Saints on the top spot. I just think there's a better quarterback situation going on there. I think with Ohio State's Chris Olave out there, Juwan Johnson, I just think a lot of targets.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel